My twin sister smiled at me on my wedding day, standing proudly by my side, but later I found explicit messages proving she and my husband had been sleeping together for months before the ceremony, and now I don't even know who betrayed me worse. I found the messages 3 weeks after my wedding, while looking for the honeymoon photos on Marcus's laptop. My twin sister Lily had been my maid of honor, standing beside me in that sage green dress we'd picked out together, tears streaming down her face as I said my vows. Those tears make sense now. They weren't tears of joy for her sister's happiness. They were tears of guilt, maybe even grief, for the man she was losing to me in front of 200 guests. The first message was from 8 months before our wedding. Can't stop thinking about last night. Sarah can never know. My hands went numb. I scrolled up, my wedding ring catching the laptop screen's light like it was mocking me. February 3rd, your bed still smells like your perfume. I hate that I love it. March 15th, Sarah asked why you've been distant. I covered for you. Again. April 2nd, the engagement party was. Watching you congratulate us, knowing what we did in your apartment 2 hours before. I sat on his laptop. Not metaphorically. Vomited right onto the keyboard, my body rejecting this information faster than my brain could process it. The woman who shared my face, my DNA, my childhood bedroom for 18 years, had been sharing my fiancé's bed for nearly a year. The man who promised to forsake all others had already forsaken me before he even made the promise. My phone buzzed. A text from Lily, coffee tomorrow? I have something to tell you. With a heart emoji. My stomach lurched again. She'd been texting me like this for months, these cheerful little messages peppered with hearts and smiley faces, while sending him messages about how good he tasted, how much better he was than her ex, how sometimes when we were all together she had to excuse herself to the bathroom because wanting him while sitting across from me at dinner was unbearable. I kept reading. I couldn't stop. May 20th, 2 months before the wedding, we have to stop this. From him. Then her, you keep saying that. You said it last month, too. And the month before. But you're the one who showed up at my door at 2 a.m. last Tuesday. Him, I know. I'm weak. You look so much like him, but you're so different. More fun. Less uptight about everything. That word, uptight, felt like swallowing glass. Is that what he told her about me while I was at home, stressed about wedding planning, trying to make everything perfect for us? June messages were worse. They talked about the baby. Not a baby. The baby. If it's mine, we have to tell her, Marcus wrote. The timing? She'll know. Lily responded, I took care of it. We never have to tell her anything. I did the math. June. She was supposed to be on antibiotics for that UTI in June. She was crying so much that month, said it was work stress. I held her through it. I held my twin sister while she recovered from aborting either my fiancé's baby or her ex's, playing the odds like Russian roulette with our DNA. The bachelor and bachelorette parties. God. She'd insisted we do them separately, even though I wanted a joint celebration. Now I knew why. His messages from that night, your sister is talking about how happy she is for us. This is me. Her, then come over after. She'll pass out by midnight. Your last night of freedom, right? The timestamp showed 12:47 a.m. While I was hugging a toilet bowl, thinking my friends had just given me too many shots, my future husband was in my twin sister's bed. I found a video. Just a short one, her face and his shoulder in frame. The same shoulders I'd clung to during my father's funeral. The same face I'd shared with. She was laughing about something, that distinctive snort laugh only we had, genetic and unmistakable. We're terrible people, she said in the video. The worst, he agreed, kissing her forehead. The tenderness in that gesture broke something in me that I don't think will ever heal. The wedding day messages were sparse but damning. From her, the morning of, after today, it's over. I love you. From him, I love you too. But I love her also. This is the right thing. From her, is it though? No response from him. He was probably already in his tux, his groomsmen joking about ball and chain metaphors while he texted my twin about loving us both. I sat there for 3 hours, reading their entire relationship play out in blue and gray bubbles. Every I love you he'd said to me overlapped with ones to her. Every family dinner where she'd asked about wedding planning while knowing she'd been with him the night before. Every time she helped me pick out lingerie for the honeymoon, knowing exactly what he liked because she'd already worn it for him. I printed everything. 237 pages of messages, photos, and emails. I arranged them chronologically on our dining room table, the one we'd gotten from our registry, where we were supposed to host future dinner parties and holiday meals. I waited for Marcus to come home from work, sitting in the dark like a cliché from a bad movie. Except this was my life, and the villain was wearing the face I saw in the mirror every morning. He knew the second he saw me. The color drained from his face so fast I thought he might faint. Sarah. But I held up my hand. Lily's on her way over. We're doing this together. All three of us. His keys clattered onto the counter. How did you, does it matter? Sit. Lily arrived 20 minutes later, using her spare key. The one I'd given her for emergencies, which she probably used for noon quickies while I was at work. She was chattering about some work drama, stopping mid-sentence when she saw us. Saw the papers. Saw her explicit messages printed in black and white, her confessions of love to my husband spread across the table like evidence in a court case. Sarah, I can explain. Those were her first words. Not I'm sorry or I hate myself or I don't know what happened. Just that she could explain betraying me in the worst possible way, as if there was some logical flowchart that ended with my husband being reasonable. Explain? I laughed, but it came out like breaking glass. Explain how you ended up in bed with Marcus 2 weeks after I introduced you? Because that's when it started, right? Our New Year's party. I was so happy you two were finally getting along. She started crying immediately, but not the pretty tears from my wedding. These were snot-filled sobs that made her face red and blotchy. Good. It just happened. You were asleep upstairs, we started talking about you, how happy we were that you'd found someone, and then you had him on our couch. The one I'm going to have to burn now. I turned to Marcus. Did you even wash the cushions? Or did you just flip them over and hope I wouldn't notice? His silence was admission enough. I continued reading from the messages, my voice steady even though my hands shook. January 15th, I can't believe we did it in their bed while she was at her mom's. That's our mother, too, Lily? The one who always said the twin bond was sacred. The one who made us promise to always protect each other. You don't understand, Lily sobbed. You've always had everything. Better grades, better job, better. Better what? Better fiancé? Is that what you were going to say? Have photo of her from their messages, one of her wearing my engagement ring. You tried on my ring? While you were with him? Marcus finally spoke. Sarah, please. It meant nothing. It was just physical. Lily's head snapped toward him so fast I heard her neck. Nothing? I aborted your baby, and it meant nothing? The room went silent. Even her crying stopped. Marcus's mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. You said it probably wasn't mine. You said you took care of it? I did take care of it. I took care of your baby, our baby, because you were marrying my sister in 6 weeks. She turned to me, mascara running down her cheeks in black rivers. I was pregnant at your bridal shower. When everyone was playing those games about how many kids you'd have, I was carrying his. I sat there eating cake and playing pin the tail and thon donkey while knowing I had an appointment at Planned Parenthood the next day. I felt nothing. That's the strangest part. You'd think I'd feel rage or devastation, but I just felt empty, like someone had scooped out my insides and left me hollow. Did you pick out my wedding dress knowing you'd have him the night before that appointment too? Her silence was my answer. Gap. My voice was calm, which seemed to scare them more than screaming would have. Both of you. Get out of my house. Sarah, we should talk about this, Marcus said. We're married. We can get counseling. We've been married for 3 weeks. You've been my twin sister for 8 months. The math doesn't support your suggestion. I pulled out my phone. Mom's going to love this. Dad's going to, oh wait, he's dead. Lucky him, missing this shit show. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. Uncontested. Marcus didn't fight for anything, probably because I had screenshots of him discussing his twin fetish with my sister in graphic detail. It's like you but better isn't exactly something you want to read in court. He moved to Portland. Last I heard, he was dating someone who looked nothing like me. Probably for the best. Lily and I haven't spoken in 18 months. She tried, at first. Showed up at my apartment with flowers and our childhood photo albums, as if reminiscing about our 6th birthday party would erase the image of her riding my husband. Mom still asks if we'll reconcile. You only have one sister, she says. Mom, I don't have any sisters. I have a biological duplicate who happened to share a room with me. Nothing more. The extended family picked sides. Aunts who'd always said they couldn't tell us apart suddenly had strong opinions about which twin was the good one. Spoiler alert, neither of us won that title. I was the one who didn't notice her husband was cheating for 8 months. She was the one who slept with her twin's husband. Christmas is now a carefully orchestrated military operation where Mom hosts 2 separate dinners. Lily gets lunch. I get dinner. The pecking order established by betrayal. I moved across the country to Seattle, where no one knows I'm a twin. Where no one asks about my other half or makes jokes about twin telepathy. If we had telepathy, maybe I would have felt it every time he was inside her. Maybe I would have known when she was carrying his child. Maybe I would have sensed the betrayal before standing at that altar, promising to love someone who'd already given himself away. The wedding photos are gone. I burned them in a metal trash can in my backyard while drinking the champagne we'd saved from the reception. 250 photos of a lie, going up in smoke. The photographer had captured of Lily adjusting my veil right before I walked down the aisle. "You look perfect," she'd said, her hands on my shoulders. I wonder if she could smell him on her fingers. My therapist says I have trust issues now. No kidding. I can't date anyone without wondering what they're hiding. I hired a private investigator to run a background check on a Tinder match last month. He was clean, but the fact that I needed to check means I'm not ready. May never be ready. How do you trust anyone when the two people who were supposed to love you most conspired against you for almost a year? The worst part isn't even the betrayal itself. It's the logistics of it. How many times did they text each other while sitting in the same room as me? How many inside jokes did they share that I thought were about work or friends but were really about their last hookup? How many times did she give me relationship advice about Marcus while knowing exactly what he liked because she'd done it to him the night before? I found out from a mutual friend that they're together now. Marcus and Lily. The affair partners are promoting themselves to the main characters. She posts photos on Instagram that I see through fake accounts, because I'm a masochist who can't stop picking at the wound. They went to Paris last month. We were supposed to go to Paris for our first anniversary. She's wearing the earrings he bought for my birthday but gave to her instead, claiming the store had sold out of the ones I wanted. Sometimes I dream about them. Not nightmares about the betrayal, but dreams where we're all still friends, family. Where she's just my sister and he's just my husband, and we're laughing about something. I wake up from those dreams disoriented, reaching for my phone to text her before remembering. Those mornings are the worst, when for just a second I forget that the person who knew me best in the world chose to destroy me for 8 months of a mediocre and terminated pregnancy. They're trying for a baby now, according to the friend who thinks updating me is somehow helpful. I hope it looks exactly like her. I hope every time he looks at their child, he sees her face and remembers what he ate. I hope when the kid asks why mommy doesn't talk to her twin sister, they have to explain that mommy died when he was married to Auntie Sarah. Good luck with that conversation. The last time I saw my reflection, really saw it, I noticed I looked older. Harder? The softness in my face that Lily and I used to share is gone. We're not identical anymore. She stole that from me, too, the comfort of seeing my face in another person. No, when I look in the mirror, I see a stranger who learned the hard way that sharing DNA doesn't mean sharing loyalty. I kept one photo from the wedding. It's of my grandmother, who died 2 months after the ceremony. She's smiling at me during the father-daughter dance I did with my uncle, since Dad was gone. She whispered in my ear that night, "You're the strong one, Sarah." Always have been. I thought she meant strong enough to handle marriage, to build a life with someone. Now I realize she meant strong enough to survive this. Strong enough to watch my entire world reveal itself as a performance where everyone knew the plot twist except me. I still wear my wedding ring sometimes, not because I miss him, but because it's the most expensive reminder I own that even the people who share your bed can smile in your face while sharpening knives for your back.